In the last tutorial I was discussing about layouts, how to use layouts in Android application and what are the different types of layouts Android provides, and how to use layouts in designing a registration form. Okay, in this tutorial I will explain some basic UI components or widgets, if you want to design a registration form, you need some basic UI components. Those are text view, edit text and submit button. So today I will discuss about button, text view and edit text. So let us start with the button. Okay, I'll create one new application. So it's your wish, you can change the things in existing applications also, but preferably I used to create new application every time, because till you get familiar with Eclipse or with creating the applications, better create new application. Okay, click on file, go to new option, select Android application project, give the application name. I'll mention it as registration form. Okay, it's your wish, you can change the package name. I'll keep as it is. Okay, click on next. Okay, you can select the icon, but I will keep the default icon. Select blank activity. Here, as I explained before, this field carries the activity name or the Java class file name, and your layout name is nothing but your XML file name. Okay, click on finish. Okay, here's your registration form application. I will delete this text view. As I explained in the last class, in the outline you can see the layout. It is your wish, you can use any layout, relative layout or linear or table layout. Okay, let us go with the relative layout itself. Now to the left of your screen or the XML page or the graphical layout of the XML file, you can find some folders. Okay, there you can find the form widgets. So in the form widgets you can find button, select, drag and drop it. Okay, now let us see how to change the features for this button. For example, now I want to increase the width of this button, or if you want to increase the height of the button. So how to do all those things? In XML file or in UI design, you can change the features of any component in the graphical view or in the XML code. So this is the XML code for your graphical view. This is the graphical view and this is the XML code for that. Now as you have to change the features for button, select button, you can double click, it will take you to the code here. Here in the button, this is the button tag actually. So in the button you have different attributes. Okay, so I'll give one example. Now in this page you have one button. Suppose if you have two buttons in the same page. Okay, now if you want to give action to both of these buttons, you have to define it in the Java file. But the problem is how Java file will understand to which button it has to give the action. So to solve this problem, in Android they are providing a parameter or the attribute called as ID. So each and every UI component has to carry ID. So here you can mention the ID. Okay, this @ plus ID refers to, it is saying it's a new ID. You can change the ID here. This is the ID. You can change the ID like button btn underscore submit. Okay, save the things. I will delete other button. Okay, now as I told, if you want to change the width of a button, you have another parameter called as layout width. Here you can find some options. Use control space. It is showing the options: fill parent, match parent and wrap content. Let us see what will happen if I select the fill parent. Change it, save and go to the graphical view. You can see the button size or the button width has been increased. So if you are giving if you are giving layout width as fill parent, then the widget width or the component width is equal to the width of the parent. That's the meaning of fill parent. Now change the width to wrap content. Check it out. You can see the width of this widget or this button is depends on the content which is present inside the button. Suppose if you change the content or if you change the text, something like button submit, you can see the width of the button has been changed according to the content or the size of the content. Okay, now the wrap content means whatever the content present in that component depends on that component. Whatever the content present in that component, based on that content the widget will take the width. Okay, in this same in the layout height also. If you change it to fill parent, you can see the height is taking the complete parent width. Sorry, it is height. Okay, but it is showing some gap here because you have started your component from this place. Okay, you can increase it also. So this is how you can increase the height of the button. Okay, you can change it to wrap content, so it comes to normal size. But you have one more option, match parent. What do you mean by match parent? If you give match parent, it is taking the size of the parent. Then what is the difference between match parent and fill parent? Because both are looking same. Here the fill parent is used till 2.0 version. After 2.0 it has changed to match parent. Both fill parent and match parent are same, but before 2.0 version it's called as fill parent, and after that it is called as match parent. Okay, you have some other parameters like align parent top and center horizontal, etc. As of now I won't discuss about these parameters, we will see in the forthcoming video tutorials. Okay, and another attribute is text. It means what you want to display on the button. Here you're displaying it as a button submit. You can change it something like submit only. Okay, so it is displaying submit. So this is how you can use the button in your Android application. You have some other options like where you can change the color, or where you can change the color of the text, like text color. You can change it. You have to give the hexadecimal number. All these things I will discuss later. Something like FFE00. So you can change the color of the text. Okay, and even you can change the background color. Let us start with the basic button. In the future videos I will explain how to change the styles for the button. Okay, so this is how you can design the button in XML file. Now how to give action to the button? So for that, go to the Java file. As I explained, the action has to be provided to the UI components in the Java file. So open the Java file. When you created the application, you have created this class main activity, which extends the activity. Activity is a predefined class in Android. Okay, I'll come to activity. I'll explain about activity in later classes. Okay, as of now it contains two methods. One is onCreate and onCreate options menu. So you don't require this onCreate options menu as of now. So let us go with the onCreate menu. So why you need onCreate menu means whenever the application is opened, or whenever any page in an Android application is opened, the first method which has been called in an activity is onCreate method. So you have to use onCreate method in your activity. So it contains different statements. It carries one parameter. It is saved instance state. We will discuss about this. And it's having a super call to the super class, and our discussion starts from here. So this statement set content view, and it is giving one parameter. It is r.layout.activity menu. What does it mean? What do you mean by set content view, and why you need this statement? Basically, as I explained before, Android application consists of different pages, and each page is called as a activity in technical terms, and this activity consists of two files. One is XML file where you have to design the UI, and another file is Java file where you have to provide action to the UI components. But how your Java file will understand to which component it has to give action, and the UI components are present in XML file. So how the Java file will understand to which components it has to give the action? So for that purpose, here you are saying set content view, and you are giving the path r.layout.activity main. It means R represents your resource folder, and layout, here is your layout folder, and the main activity main, this is the XML file. It means you are setting this particular XML file as a content for this particular class. It means this class uses your activity main XML file and it provides action to activity main XML file. Okay, let us see how to give the action. So first look into the XML file. How many components you have here? You have only one component, that is your button. So declare the button variable. You can use control space for the options. Select button. Okay, give the variable name button1. Now, as I explained before, if there are 2-3 buttons in the XML file, suppose you have one more button here, then how Java will understand to which button it has to give the action, if not which button this is. So for that purpose we have changed the ID for your button. Okay, so now using that ID you can recognize the button. So take the variable button1 is equal to, it's a button. Now find that view. Button is a view. Find that view by ID. Okay, so what is the ID? It is like it's a resource and you're giving the ID r dot ID dot. So here is the ID which you have mentioned. So select the ID, save it. Now Java will understand this button. It means it's the button which carries this particular ID. It's nothing but, you can check it out, this is the button which carries this particular ID. Now using this you can give the action. So take the button, copy it. Now what type of action you can give, what you can do with the button, you can check it out here. In the button you can click on the button. Okay, so when you click on the button it is showing some message here. It means you can give a click action, or whenever the button is clicked you can listen that action. Okay, so for that use button dot set on click listener. Okay, use the new event listener. It is showing the error. Check it out. What is the error? Okay, it is saying whenever you are asking new something or new on click listener, it means you are creating a object but you don't have any class or interface inside the main activity called as on click listener. So it is asking you to create the class called as on click listener. If not, you have to create the interface. And also it is giving one more option, you can import the on click listener. It's already defined in android.view.view. You can import it. So select the import option. Okay, errors are gone. You have one more error. Check it out. What is that? It is syntax error, insert semicolon to complete the statement. So insert the semicolon here, save it. Now whenever you click on this button or whenever user clicks on this button, I will remove this button, we don't want. Okay, whenever user clicks on this button, this particular block will be executed. Now whatever the action you want to give at that particular time, when user clicks on the button, whatever the action you want to define, that can be written inside this on click method. Okay, as of now I will show one toast message. toast dot make text. Okay, before completing this, let us see what is this toast message, or what is toast. Basically, toast is a class which is used to display the messages. Okay, it contains make text method. It accepts 3 parameters. Okay, context, text and duration. Let me ask one question here. Suppose if I ask you to show one message, then what you will ask me, or what are the questions you have? See, if I ask you to show one message, you will ask where I have to show the message. So that's what your toast also asking. If you ask the toast create one message or show one message, it will ask where I have to show the message. So that is nothing but your context. As you have to show the message in your main activity, so give main activity dot this. It means you have to display message on the main activity. The next question what you will ask is what message I have to show. So that is nothing but let us show the message hi, how are you. Okay, and the next question is okay, I know where I have to show the message and what message I have to show, but how long I have to show the message. So for that Android provides some standards. So for duration you have 2 standards, that is toast dot length long and length short. You can select any one. It is self-explanatory. Toast dot length long means it's longer duration. Toast dot length short means it's a shorter duration. Now you have created the message using where you have to display the message, what is the message and how long you have to display the message. Now after creating the message you have to show the message. For that use show. Okay, so this message will this statement will display the message hi, how are you. When it will display the message? It will display whenever user clicks on this particular button. Okay, let us see whether it is working or not. Select the application, save everything first, select, right click, run as, run configuration. I have explained these steps in my previous tutorial how to execute the application. You can select the application, right click, go to run as, run configuration. Okay, here you have to browse and select your application. Registration form is your application. Click on OK and you have to select the target. Target is nothing but where you want to deploy the application. So select always prompt to pick the device, apply the settings and click on run. Okay, it is showing already you have one device. Would you like to display it on that or would you like to create a new device? Okay, let us go with the existing device. Select the device, click on OK. Okay, you can check the status. It is in console. You can see what is happening. It is installing registration APK. Installation is success. So you can see the application. Okay, so here is our registration application where it contains only one button. So try to click on that button. So it is showing the message hi, how are you. So the things are working fine. So I will repeat how to deal with button once again. Okay, open your XML file which is present under layout folder. Okay, in the form widgets you have the button. Select, drag and drop it into your page. Okay, you can change the ID. Here you have two options to change the ID. You can go to the XML code, you can change the ID here. If not, you can directly change it in the graphical view. Select the button, right click, edit ID. You can change it here. You can make it like button 2. Click on OK. Okay, already you have the button here. You don't require this. I will delete it. Now after that, if you want to change the text, you have the attribute called as text, where you can change the text. Sorry, you can change the text here, and also you can change the text color. If you want to change the width or height of the button, there are two parameters called as, two attributes called as layout width and layout height. Okay, this is from the design part, or how to design UI using button. Now how to give action to this button. Go to the Java code, take the button variable, initialize it using the ID, and implement the set on click listener. Inside that you are displaying the message. It accepts three parameters: the context, where it has to display the message, and what is the message, how long it has to display the message, and then show the message. Okay, now as I explained, to design the registration form you need three basic UI components. They are button, text view, and edit text. Okay, we have learned how to use the button. Now let us move on to the text view. Okay, so in the form widgets itself you can find text view, but there are different types of text views. What is this? Text view: large, medium, and small. It is self-explanatory. Large means it's a large text view, means the size of the text view is bigger, and the medium means medium text view, and small is a small text view. Okay, I'll select the large text view. I'll drop it into page, your XML file. Okay, now instead of keeping the button above, I'll bring the button down, and I'll place the text view in the top. Okay, as I explained before, whenever you are adding any component to UI or into your XML file, immediately you have to change the ID. So select text view. You can change it in the graphical layout itself. Right click, edit ID. Okay, let it be text view 1. If not, you can change it as TV1, means text view 1. Okay, so save the things, and also you can change the text whatever you want to display. Here it is displaying it as a large text. You can change it to any other text. Select, right click, edit text. Okay, change it to name. Click on OK. Okay, now how to give action to this particular text view? For that, go to Java code. So you have to follow the same steps. You have added one new component, so declare that component. It is text view. I'll give it as TV. Initialize that variable using the ID. TV is equal to, it's a text view, find view by ID. Okay, the ID is r dot id dot. So what is the ID you have given? It is TV1. You can cross check. What is the ID you have given? It is TV1. Okay, this is the ID actually. Go to the Java code, end the statement here. Now for the button, you can implement the on click listener. In the same way, for text view the action is different. It means to the text view you can set some text. So how to set the text? For that, whenever you click on the button, I will change the text which has been displayed in the text view. It means tv dot set text. Okay, here I'll mention something like hello. Okay, you can comment this toast message. We don't want now. Save it. Now, whenever you click on the button, whenever you click on this button, this text has changed to, it has to be changed to hello. Okay, so now let us check it out. Select the application, run the application. Okay, you have a shortcut for this. You can do in either way. Select the application, right click, go to run as, okay, select run configuration, etc. If not, you can select the application and you can click on the run as button. Click on this. It will ask where it has to deploy the application. Select the emulator, click on OK. You can check the status in the console. It is installing. Okay, installation is success. Here is your text view. Click on the submit button. It is changing the text to hello. Okay, so this is how you can use the text view in your application. Okay, but our main intention is we have to design the registration form. The text view is used to display some text. In the registration form, you have to collect some data from the user. So for that purpose, there are some input fields in Android. They are called as edit text. Okay, you have different types of input fields. We will discuss about all these things later. As of now, I will take one edit text, that is plain text. Means user can enter the plain text into this field. Before that, I will arrange this component. Okay, select, drag and drop the edit text into your graphical layout. You can arrange it. Okay, here is your edit text. Now, as I told before, you have to change the ID first. You can change it in the XML file. Double click, go here, you can change it. If not, the easiest way is select the component, right click, edit ID. Okay, here you can change the ID. I'll make it as ET1. Okay, but the better naming convention is always you have to give the purpose of that component. It means what it will do. Here ET underscore name. It means it will collect the name. Okay, save it. Now you can't display any text here. It is not advisable. So we have added the edit text here. Let us see how to give the action to this particular edit text. Go to your Java file. It is same. Whenever you are adding the component to the XML file, if you want to give the action to that, declare the component first in the Java file. So you have added the edit text. So declare edit text variable. I will take ET. Okay, initialize that variable using the ID. ET is equal to edit text, find view by ID. It is r dot id dot et underscore name. Okay, save it. Now whenever user clicks on the button, it means whenever user clicks on this button, you have to collect data from this edit text, which is an input field, and it has to display in a toast message. Okay, now go to the Java code. Instead of changing the text in the text view, I will remove that. I will take the toast message. Now the action given to the edit text is you can collect the text from edit text. Okay, user will enter the text into the text field or the input field, and the application has to collect that data. Okay, let us see how to collect the data from edit text. For that, take one string variable. I will name it as name is equal to, so you have to collect the data from edit text, so copy the edit text variable dot get text. With the case of text view, you have to set the text, whereas in the case of edit text, you have to get the text from the user or from the edit text. Okay, but the problem here is you are collecting the text and you are storing it in a string variable. So better convert this text to string. For that, use toString. End the statement. Now whatever the user enters into this edit text, it will be collected into name variable or the string variable called as name. Now let me show this name in the toast message. So instead of I, how are you, I will show the name. Okay, save and execute the application. Let us check it out whether it is working or not. Run the application. I will repeat the steps. The shortcut to run is select the application, click on run as button. It will ask where you have to deploy the application. Select the emulator, click on OK. Okay, you can check it out, check the status here. Okay, it is installed successfully. Open the emulator. Okay, here is your registration form application, where it contains the text view and one input field called as edit text and one button. Okay, so let us enter some text here. I will enter it as Android. Okay, click on the submit button. So here it is collecting the data from this edit text and it is showing it in a toast message. Okay, so here if you add one more field called as age and one more edit text, and if you try to collect the data from those fields, then it will look similar to registration form. But in the next session I will explain in detail how to use the layouts and how to use the widgets in an organized form or in an organized way, because in Android application you have to follow some rules, means how to design the UI in a proper way. That I will explain it in a next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thank you.